Hello, I'm Peter Ryan. This is my informative essay on obesity and anorexia. This is my audience. Audience, say hello. Do we have everyone? Alright. As I said, I'm doing my paper on obesity and anorexia. My name is Peter Ryan. Obesity and anorexia is very common in the United States. A lot of people are aware of what it is, but do they know why it happens or how to treat it? Obesity is an epidemic in the United States. 1/3 of every adult is actually considered obese. How you are considered obese is you have to have a body mass index of 30 or higher. How they do your body mass index is they put your height and your formula, or your height and your weight into a formula, and out pops a number, which is relative to your size, and if it's above 30, you are obese. I'm going to tell you today about obesity, the solutions to obesity, anorexia, and the solutions to anorexia. Obesity isn't always the person's fault who is obese, contrary to popular belief. There is a gland in your neck called your thyroid gland that has hormones, triiodothyronine and thyroxine, which are commonly called T3 and T4. If there is a hormonal imbalance of T3 and T4, it actually messes with your metabolism in either one of two ways. It can make it so everything that you eat is just kind of like processed through and not really, you don't get the nutrients, or it your metabolism slows down, so you just gain weight a lot quicker. So people have that defense for being obese. And hereditary obesity is actually a thing. If you have one parent who's obese, you have a 50% chance of being obese yourself, and if you have two parents that are obese, you have an 80% chance of being obese yourself. So there's still a chance if you have two parents, we get to actually work at it instead of just eating and sitting there, to work to actually stay skinny. The odds are against you. The caloric intake, the average caloric intake for a male is 2,500 calories per day. If you exceed that daily value, you will start to store that weight or those calories as fat unless you work it off. Knowledge about the nutrients and calories that you are eating is very important if you want to maintain a weight or lose weight. So you have to be aware of what you are actually eating. So if you eat too much, you will gain weight. Combating obesity, calories again. The number one way to lose weight is actually calorie counting. It's actually more effective than working out. If you are aware of what you're eating, it's a lot easier to lose weight, because when you're obese, normally they just pound down the calories. But when you start watching it, you're actually towards that target number, it's easier to lose weight. Being knowledgeable about what you're eating makes it a ton easier to lose your weight. Yeah, so if, I don't know, instead of drinking a Coke, you have a water, you're saving 260 calories right there. Simple change. Helps you lose calories, helps you lose weight. In a Snickers bar, there is 250 calories. Not like a king size, a normal size Snickers, 250 calories. And that is 10% of your daily value that you could eat in 5 seconds. So, watching what you eat is really helpful. And if you don't, you can possibly gain weight, which is not the direction we want to go. Exercise is important, not as important as what you eat, but if you exercise, you will actually lose weight quicker than if you don't exercise and just eat healthy. There are alternatives if you are too obese, where you can't exercise, like water workouts, because like it has less stress on your joints and stuff. So like you don't have to actually move all of that weight as much. The water kind of helps you with that. And there are like, if you're bedridden obesity, they have workouts where like you just move your legs or just move your arms, like a little like bicycle pedal where you just move your arms, gets you going, gets a little something going instead of just laying in bed. And you have to actually be dedicated to your workouts. You can't just do it once a week, once a month. You have to do it every day. You have to be on top of it, or else it's not going to help you. Anorexia, the causes are actually unknown. They're being researched right now. Researchers do believe there's biological factors, but they haven't confirmed it yet. It's common amongst westernized cultures. That's because like we're all superficial and care about our exterior a lot, and we want to look like all the supermodels. So we will, like, they're all thin, so we try and cut our weight down any way we can, easiest way, and just stop eating. So everyone wants to look like supermodels, so they cut their weight by stop eating. And peers, like if, I don't know, if we're sophomores in high school and I call you fat, you could take it the wrong way. And you'll just be like, oh, and you'll stop eating so that you won't be fat, so that kid won't call you fat anymore. So to stop hurting your feelings, you're going to change your body, and then it's going to become a psychological thing. And he's going to start messing with you, and then you're going to keep not eating, getting skinnier and skinnier, and you're going to keep thinking you're fat when really you're like 80 pounds. The warning signs of anorexia are skipping meals, making excuses not to eat, complaining about being fat, cooking elaborate meals for others and refusing to eat them, wearing many wet layers of clothes, and calluses on your knuckles and eroded teeth. Skipping meals and not eating in public and making excuses to eat are very common because the person doesn't want to show that they're actually anorexic. They're just trying to play it off as they're healthy and not trying to be like, oh, well, I ate today already. They're not going to actually show you that they're anorexic because they think that they're okay. If you repeatedly weigh yourself, then there's a chance that you're anorexic because you're conscious about your weight. You're trying to get to that target weight, whether it's like 5 pounds less, and you're just going to keep weighing yourself so you know, like, you can't eat anymore today so you can lose weight and get down to that target weight. Obese people can actually also be anorexic, which people don't really know, because anorexia is a psychological disease, and it's about like how you think you're too fat, not the fact that you are skin and bones. So obese people can actually be anorexic, which people don't really know about. Combating anorexia, there is a multi-step process, and the first step would be to get the person to a healthy weight, which if you had to hospitalize them to get like their IVs so they can get their actual nutrients, or if you like bring it up to them, confront them with like a intervention so that they're aware that people actually care about them and that they're harming themselves, then that's the first step, because you can't get healthy if you don't have a healthy weight, because you're just going to be killing your body slowly. Knowledge about the disease and how to cure it, or treat it rather, is also as important. If people don't know that you're anorexic, then they aren't going to try and help you. So you have to be aware of the warning signs. Proper nutrition to get you back to a healthy weight is also important, because, as I said, you can't be killing yourself and getting better at the same time. You need a support system of people that are around you that believe in you and want you to get better. Calorie counting, which I said was for obese people, can also be for anorexic people, because if, as I said, like if you go past that certain amount, you're going to gain weight. So if you eat over 2,500, if you well over 2,500, you're going to start gaining weight and you'll gain it quick. You'll gain like 1 to 2 pounds a week, which doesn't sound a lot, but like when you're 80, like 10 weeks later, you're gonna be getting closer to a healthy weight, slowly and hopefully safely to a healthy weight. Combating anorexia, there is medication and therapy. There is group therapy, like AA meetings for anorexia, obviously not for alcoholism. And there's individual approaches where you can go like one-on-one with a therapist, and he'll help you. He'll like guide you. He will look at what you're eating, and he will help you, guide you in the right process. There is no actual cure to anorexia. It's just you have to kind of get over it. You have to start believing that you are beautiful in your own way and you're at a healthy weight. So there's no technical cure. It's a mental thing. You have to get over it yourself. There's medicine to help, though. There's antidepressants that will help you over like the depressant factor. And there's other psychiatric medications that will also help you get over the mental aspect of it. But it also takes hard work and dedication, just like getting over obesity. In conclusion, you shouldn't make fun of fat people or skinny people when you see them. There actually is other reasons why people are obese, not just because they eat a lot. It could be their genes or their thyroid, stuff like that. And anorexic people, they might have had a tough experience that they're trying to combat with. So you can save a life if you are well educated and you are aware of what's happening and supportive of that person. Thank you for watching my presentation on obesity and anorexia. These are my sources.